Yes, very much. We are bound by the FTP Act. It's a legal commitment we have done that will preserve the confidentiality and the privacy of the patient. So it is a highly confidential procedure, and the documents after the procedure is done, they are kept under lock and key. We like the name of the patient, name of the client, address, everything. It is all highly secretive. So we put it in an envelope, and even if the client comes the next day and asks that I want to see my record, if she will not have the access to it. So it is very confidential and it is kept under lock and key. So we are bound by the law.
So just to clarify, if a doctor threatens a patient that they will sort of tell their family or their society, then that's actually like not
See,
allowed.
if the patient goes to the right doctor, the government approved abortion centers, like our Parivar Seva centers, we have a government approval. We are authorized by the government. So any government authorized, we are the chief medical officer of the district. He is our supervising officer. So it is we are under the government. We are being constantly supervised by the government. We are constantly being supervised by our seniors also. So such sort of things don't occur in an authorized abortion center. These things occur in private setups where there is greed for money. So we need, and anybody has to be relaxed when we come to an authorized MTP center. So this issue will not be there. This is not at all, cannot even think of it in such reputed clinics. This thing
Okay.
is there if they go to the quacks, if they go for backstreet abortions, this issue will be there.
Right.
There are two methods of doing the abortion, either by the pill, which is called the medical method of abortion, MMA, and the other is the procedure, which is a surgical procedure. So the by pills, it is the pills are given by the doctor under strict supervision of the trained and to be trained doctor. So the pills have to be given under our supervision and see to it that the client is there in the clinic only. We don't let the patient take away the pills and go home. It is done under strict supervision. So there are certain norms and rules we have to follow. So we follow the rules and it is done like that. It is very, very safe. And the second thing is the procedure, the surgical procedure, which is done through some machines. It can be a manual evacuation, it is called MBA, or it is done by a suction machine. It's called a electric evacuation. So these are different methods depending upon the gestation, like how big the MTP is, how big the abortion is, depending upon the LMP, like the last menstrual period, how big is the gestational size. So if it is a small fetus till 7 weeks, till 9 weeks also it can be done medically, otherwise it has to be done surgically.
And what is the duration of time? Like, if someone is having the pill, then there is a certain amount of time after which they cannot use the pill method.
See, the pills are recommended to be given by the trained medical practitioner only, the doctor who is trained in MTP. Over the counter is very, very
Yeah.
risky and it should be prohibited. It is not prohibited in India. That is a very sad thing in India. But it should not be, the sale should be very, very prohibited from the over the counter. So up to 7 weeks, it can be given safely, but it can be legally given till 9 weeks. The MTP Act has changed. Now it can be given up to 9 weeks. So it is 63 days till 63 days of pregnancy. But in 63 days, we have to be very, very cautious and the doctor has to supervise the whole thing throughout.
Okay, so just to get an idea for a person who might be in such a circumstance, if they don't get if they've had unprotected sex or whatever, they don't get their period, and it's been 4 weeks have already passed, and so they're concerned, and then they may or may not get a pregnancy test, or they may go to a doctor and get a pregnancy test from the doctor, and if they can confirm the pregnancy, they have a window of effectively, even if they got pregnant within the first week after their period, or the second week, they essentially have only, yeah, they've already lost out on a couple of weeks in that 9 week period, if I'm not wrong, right? So there's like 6 or 7
Whenever you
weeks.
miss the period, no, you have to count from there that time only. Like
So it's the date on which they should have got their period. It's from
yes,
that day.
exactly.
Okay. Okay.
At present, as for now, it is 20 weeks.
Okay, but the recent act amendment in 2020 does say that it's 24, but
It is
it,
in the offing, but it has not come as an
yeah, it
act.
hasn't
It is,
happened yet.
yeah.
So could you maybe just tell us what do you think? Do you think that it's when is it going to start actually becoming 24 weeks? I know that since we had
It
the
will start very
uh,
soon because it is almost, I mean, the main formalities are done. But the
hmm,
law has to come, I think, because now the government is busy in other things, no? So it is taking time.
definitely, yeah.
Yeah.
But it's unfortunate because I think in times of the lockdown and heightened domestic
Yeah.
violence, heightened, reduced access to reproductive health
Correct.
services, I think now it's
Yes.
even more important to have these options.
See, I'll again say that the quality matters, the training of the doctor, the expertise of the doctor matters, not the five-star facility of the hospital matters. So this is something which I think a client or a patient should think that I should get a personal attention from a doctor. So in clinics like our clinics, we have not very big clinics. We have small clinics, and we have a very personal approach. Like patient, if you go to a very big setup, maybe you consult some other doctor and the ultimate procedure is done by somebody else. So that can also be there. But here, we are the face of the clinics. Like one doctor is sitting there, she'll be meeting the patient every time she comes for follow up, pre, post, during. So she'll be more comfortable with a setup, which is government setup, government authorized center, plus not a very posh. You should not have just a posh tag. You should have a quality and this tag, that is more important.
So if one does go to a small clinic like even if it's registered according to the requirement by the government, what would the range of such a procedure cost?
See, our range are minimal, so we know about our range only.
Okay.
But that also, the doctors are not very much involved in the that part, the money part. So basically, we are charging just nominal, which meets our for us running our clinic, whatever is important for us. We are just so that our expenses are met with.
Right.
But I have heard that in private setups, they are charging exorbitant charges.
Like
So
what? If you could just give us a range, like just okay,
and
this
I've heard that they're taking him 50,000 for an abortion.
50,000. Okay.
Yes,
But that's probably also like really expensive
yes. And they'll
services.
go for unnecessary tests. They'll give a
Okay.
five-star room which will be costing 10,000 per day. So basically there's no use of all this. And that secrecy also will not be very much maintained. So it is better to you go to a doctor whom you know, whom you can very freely talk to.
Yeah.
See, one should go to a place where you have all the facilities. Like the place should have a first trimester and the second trimester facilities also. So that is one thing, and it should be government approved. Plus, the it should be very hygienic. The quality should is very important. They have to be infection prevention is very important, and then mouth to word of mouth also is very important. You can just inquire about it from the internet also, just to know what actually what is the quality level of the particular place.
Okay. So when you say hygiene is important, what are some indicators that if I go to a clinic or I go to a place, uh, like of course you can tell whether a place looks clean or not, but for example, could you give some like concrete examples of what to look for in terms of hygiene?
See, the like we are registered under the uh, pollution control also. These clinics, no, we have to get a certificate from the pollution control board. From the biomedical waste also, we have a agency who takes the waste from us. Plus, are the OT attend. We are regularly having trainings in our clinics. In our Parivar Seva clinics, we are having regular trainings, and the IC material displayed also shows what is the level of this thing, our hygiene. So
Okay.
in general, you can come to know.
And what kind of questions can a person ask a clinic? Maybe they're going there for the first time, maybe they're not familiar. So, what are some questions that probably are a good indicator that, okay, maybe I can trust this
Best is to look in the notice board. In our notice board, we have displayed our registration certificate. Our Parivar Seva clinics, we have displayed the registration certificate. We are authorized by the government to perform MTPs. Up to what weeks we are authorized. And one look at the notice board, at the boards, you can come to know what is our level.
Okay, so that
And you can directly ask the questions. There is a clinic in charge in our clinics. She's the manager. She'll give you the inquiry, and then whatever queries, medical queries, she's not able to satisfy, you come to the doctor. We'll satisfy your queries, and then only we'll proceed. This is like that.
Okay.
See, until 12 weeks, only one doctor's opinion is required. And after 12 weeks, that is the second trimester starts, you need to have 2 doctors' opinions. So that is the rule. The second opinion. Plus, if it's a complicated case, you can have a second opinion. Like in our clinics, we have 2 doctors. You can take the opinion of 2 people.
Okay, so you can take the second opinion of someone from the
No
same
issue,
clinic.
yeah.
It's not that it has to be from the same practice. Oh, that's
Yes.
really okay. I did not know that.
Yeah.
Okay, because whenever someone says second opinion, you always think that you have to go to a wholly different practice.
That also you are more than welcome. If you wish to go to somebody else and then you come back, then we have no issue. Somebody will have an
Okay.
issue. This is a tricky question. Most tricky question she has asked, no?
Definitely.
See, less than 18 means a minor. So a minor cannot terminate a pregnancy on her own. She has to get a guardian along with her. So the guardian has to be there. Guardian can be anybody from the house, can be any auntie or any adult who is known to you. She can come, but the consent part, the minor cannot give the consent. The adult accompanying the guardian can give the consent. It can be done.
Okay, just to build on, like I had a follow-up question to that. Isn't it also true that if someone is having sex with someone who's a minor, then it's rape, statutory rape?
Yes.
So does the doctor have a responsibility to also then report that?
Yes. Doctor has a responsibility, but it is a very confidential information the doctor gives. This comes under the POCSO Act. You must have heard of it. The POCSO Act. So the doctor's duty
Prevention
is
of
to
child sexual harassment.
we have to inform the juvenile police that this thing has occurred, and it's a very confidential thing, and we put it in a sealed envelope and we just drop a message there. This is the law. We have to follow it.
But matlab, once someone is 18, even if they're unmarried, even if they're college, the same rules apply to everyone, which is
Yes. They are wrong. So you can challenge the doctor. You can question it, because nowhere the doctor, it is written in the MTP Act. See, the MTP has to be done following the MTP Act. This is the Bible for us. So we are following the MTP Act, then we are not doing nothing wrong. And we cannot demand the partner's consent if the MTP Act says that only the major's consent is enough. So they cannot harass. You go to some other doctor, you come to our place. We have clinics all over India.
Yeah, we'll definitely be checking out Parivar Seva Sanstha after this.
It's nothing like that. That we don't. We are not biased about she comes from this background or any other background. We are not biased, and we treat everybody equally, and we give them good advice. We counsel them for sexually transmitted diseases, because that is the most important concern we have for the sex workers. So we have to make them aware about the STD part and the contraceptive part. Like the condom is very important for them, because they can contact HIV, so that is very dangerous for their health. So we have to counsel them that way.
Okay.
Not exactly lifestyle, some congenital deformities of the uterus. Like it can be a bicoordinate uterus, it can be a septate uterus, it can be an arcuate uterus. There are different shapes of
What do
uterus.
these mean? I'm so sorry, but
There are different shapes of uterus, like there are double uteruses. So in all these, MTP is difficult. So it has to be done in a particular way only. So this is a special condition.
So
And
again, it's important to,
lifestyle, if you're hypertensive, then it is, if you go for an abortion, there are chances of excessive bleeding. And if you are diabetic, your diabetes has to be under control, then only you can go for an abortion. And suppose you have bleeding disorder, like there are some people who have bleeding disorder. If you get a cut somewhere or an abrasion, the bleeding doesn't stop. In that cases, of course, you have to know and you have to tell the doctor that I have this bleeding disorder. And she has to keep that thing in mind before, and whether the case can be done in a small nursing home or in a clinic, or it has to be sent to a bigger referral center. It depends upon that. No?
okay.
Also, medicines, I want to say, since she mentioned bleeding disorder, there are some medicines that thin your blood also.
Yeah.
And if for some reason you are on those medicines, or any long-term medicine, I think it's just a great idea to discuss with your doctor that I've been on this medication for a long time. Please take this into mind before you like conduct a procedure on me.
And one thing, if you have jaundice or a liver disorder, then it is an absolute big no. You can't touch the patient unless you are very sure.
Okay.